Hey guys, this is Naveen here. Welcome back to Naveen Automation Labs. So today we are going to talk about a very famous interview question with respect to matrix transpose. You must have seen in your school time and your college time also that we have to convert a matrix into a transpose matrix, right? It means the matrix power of t. So if you see mathematically how exactly we do it, if you see this particular image, so this is a matrix that I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 3 by 3 matrix, and a to the power t means you can see the rows will become, all the columns will become a row. So you can see that 1, 2, 3 is becoming vertical line means the vertical column, and then the 4, 5, 6, and then the 7, 8, 9 like that. If you see that this 1, 4, 3 will become the 1, 4, 3 of this second transport matrix that we are creating. So this column will be this row will become a column like that, 8, 2, 6 like this, 7, 8, 3, 4, 9, 6, 7, 8, 1 like this. You can do that. Same thing if you see that it's 2 by 2 matrix, so 3, 4 will be converted like that. So this row will become, this column will become a row, and then a 2, 1 will be, this row will become a column over here like that. So this is your input matrix, and we are expecting the transpose a matrix like that. So let's write the code, how to write the code for transpose matrix. So I'll be getting the data from the user to create a matrix. So I'll be using a scanner class that we have already seen in the previous lectures also. And then I'll be printing a message over here that please enter, for example, number of rows, how many rows that you will need. And then I'll be storing in a rows variable which is equal to sc dot next integer. I'll be using it. So that will be my number of rows. Okay, same thing, I'll be asking the data for number of columns. So number of columns, and let's see, this is my columns I have created. And then I'm going to maintain one matrix 2D array which is equal to new integer, and for input matrix this is my rows and these are my columns, right? And then I want the resultant matrix that will be your a transpose matrix. For example, let's see, transpose matrix. So that's the trick that you have to use it. These rows will be the columns, right guys, for the transpose matrix, and the columns of the first matrix will become the rows of this particular matrix. So you have to reverse the things over here, the columns and the rows, you have to write it like this, right? Okay, this is what exactly we have seen, that okay, the number of rows will become a column over here in the transpose matrix, in the resultant matrix. Now after that, what should I do? I simply start getting the data. So I'll ask, okay, fine, system.out.println, and I'll be writing that enter the data. Okay, and then I'll start writing a for loop here, and the for loop first I'll be writing integer I is equal to 0. This thing we have already seen many times, total number of rows and columns that we have to use. So I'll be writing I plus plus, and then another for loop for integer. Start filling the data first. Okay, so this is my matrix, and which is equal to what? So this is equal to, give me the data from the user. So I'll be writing, okay, fine, sc dot next integer number, and this is my I. So first I'm filling my input, the first matrix, this particular matrix I'm creating it. Okay, and once this is done, I'm going to print the matrix also. So I'll be writing one more for loop that I'll be writing that print the input matrix. How will you print it? So instead of this, what exactly I'm going to do that, I'll be writing system.out.print here, not print ln, because we want to maintain the format also. So this is my matrix, and I'll be writing matrix of I and j, I'll be printing here. So this is my I, and this is j, along with plus with some space I'll be using it. Okay, and then I'll be writing one new line for every row. After every row, generate a new line. Okay, so this is just for the printing the matrix over here. After that, we have to transpose the matrix. So how will you do that? That's very easy. The only trick that I have to use, that now the print the transpose matrix. Okay, so I'll be restarting the loop like this, integer I is equal to 0, I less than number of rows, and again j equal to 0, and j columns, and then here this the resultant matrix that we have created, this transpose matrix, I'll start filling with this matrix. So instead of this, what exactly I'm going to do that, let me just remove this thing, and then the transpose matrix is equal to what? So here we have to reverse the order. So here we have to write columns and I over here like this. So J is actually the columns will behave like a row for the transpose matrix. So that's why we have to reverse the order is equal to what? The matrix of I and J. Right guys? So that's why we have to use I and J over here. Perfect. And that's it. After that, I'm just going to print the resultant matrix. So I'll just create, first of all, create the transpose matrix, not print it. And now print the transpose matrix. So for printing point of view, we can use other for loops also last time that we covered. We can use maybe, we can use this one. So like this over here. And what is the resultant matrix? The resultant matrix is the transpose over here. And then I'm using the arrays.toString and then print this R one by one like that. So then print the transpose matrix. So the basic logic is this only, line number 44, that's it. Before that, we are just creating the matrix and that's it. Okay, that's the reversing order that you have to maintain, that's it. Okay, now let's run it. Is it really working or not? So Java application, and first it will ask enter the number of rows, for example 3 rows, 3 columns, and the data I'm passing 1, 2, 3. Okay, let's say it's 1, 2 and 3, and then I'm passing 4, 5 and 6, and then 7, 8, 9. So this is my input matrix. Here you can see that, and the transpose matrix is this 147, 258 and 368 like that. Okay, so this create the transpose matrix. You can remove this system.out.println. Okay, so let's run it again. Let's see some other. So right now let's see, I want 1 row and 2 columns. So 1 row means, let's say I'm writing 2 then 3. See, this 2 3 is a matrix, is a row. One single row will become now 2 rows over here. I mean these are the 2 columns will become 2 rows over here. Row number 1, row number 2. So this is your horizontal and this is your vertical over here. Perfect. So this is also working fine. Let's see some more examples. I'm writing, let's see, a long matrix like this where 4 rows and 5 columns, 4 by 5 matrix, and then I'll start writing the data. Let's see, 2, then 2, then 1, then 2, then 3, then 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, something like this, and keep adding the data because we have to maintain 5 columns over here. Let's see, 87 like that. See this. So this is your input matrix. The first row 2 2 1 2 3 is becoming a column over here. Can you see that? This 2 2 1 2 3 here. Then 4 5 6 4 3 2 4 5 6 4 3 like that. So this is absolutely working fine, guys. Perfect. What if you have only 1 row 1 column? So 1 row 1 column, and let's say I'm writing 50. So in that case, the transpose of only one value will be the same value. This 50 row will become a column over here like that. So this is also absolutely working fine. So this is how, guys, we have to create a transpose. A very simple program. If someone is asking you, make sure that okay, you are just reversing the order over here, and then automatically it will create the transpose of the matrix. Okay, so that's all for this particular video. I hope you liked it. Please subscribe to the channel, guys. There are a lot of good things are coming, and a lot of new things with respect to programming, DSL, Go and everything, which will help you a lot to crack some really good interviews and good companies. Subscribe to the channel, share with others, and let me know if you have any issues. I'll see you in the next video. Till then, take care and God bless you all.